is Jen Snow, and it's Meditation Mondays here on the Journey with Jen Snow. And thank you guys for being here. We're also live on Facebook, and we're also live on TikTok. So if I'm doing this a little bit, you guys know the drill. I'm just like, woo, here we go. Trying to multitask and multi-manage lives, which I have not figured out how to do on my computer. So if anybody knows a trick to getting it all in one place, please fire me a message. But tonight I'm excited about. Tonight we are going to be connecting with our inner self and diving into opening that connection or awakening. For some of you, maybe you've never actually really connected with your inner self, or you don't know that you have, but you have. And I thought tonight would be a great opportunity, a great exercise, because we can use meditation, self-hypnosis to really explore those inner relationships. Hey, Diane. Hey, Stone. Hey, Purple Princess. What else we got going on here tonight on YouTube? Thank you for being here, everybody. So wanted to start building this and building that connection, but also maybe I know when I was younger, when I was going through this process, I'm going to say, from like 3 to 10, 11, 12, in that range, things would happen. And I didn't have a clue as to what was happening. No idea. And that was a bit scary, and that was a bit unnerving. And it stuck with me for a really long time that, these abilities were in my opinion, at that age, they were running rampant because I didn't realize I could be in control of them, or that I did understand them, because I got scared of them at times. Because frankly, when somebody's yelling your name and you're out in a barn by yourself and you think it's your mom and you go in the house because you're like, what do you want, mom? And your mom's not even home. Yeah, unnerving. But when I learned, when I finally met somebody who understood what was going on for me, they really did explain it. And then I began to explore it a little more confidently, and a little more with a lot more with ease, to be honest. And one of the things that I didn't realize at the time would be so important, but I realize now, and its importance as I've gone through this journey of reactivation and exploring and expanding and strengthening everything, is that when I was younger, I didn't just hear things. I didn't just see things. I didn't just, smell spirit or energy or taste it, or just know things. All of it came forward in its different process. And the horses and the animals, actually, as I was going through this process, and that podcast is coming, they taught me that allowing yourself to observe and witness, allowing yourself to understand the conversation the way the conversation needs to be, that all of your senses are very active and that they're all there for you. But some may be stronger in the beginnings, and some may get stronger as you go, because it's about your comfort level with them. But you're not just restricted by one, and that you can open up all of them, so that when you're having conversations, or insight is coming, or guidance is coming, or connection is coming, depending on how that connection and the energy that is helping you with this divine guidance can communicate with you, will come through in different ways. And this will allow you to maybe kind of explore that. So allowing those other methods, or just focusing on the one method that you feel comfortable with, and strengthening it and expanding it and allowing it to blossom and flourish and thrive, so that it becomes a little more seamless. So when I was thinking about tonight's meditation, yes, I have notes, because as much as I love winging it, I like to be a little prepared most of the time. Sometimes I'm not, I fully admit it. I thought about the fact that sometimes as we connect into our inner self, we don't actually realize how our inner self is communicating with us. And that our inner self isn't bound by one form of communication. Our inner self has the ability to access all of our inner senses and all of our inner abilities and gifts and intuition, psychic abilities, mediumship abilities, channeling abilities, all of that, and communicate in different ways at different times, depending on the conversation, and depending how perhaps you may be most open to receiving that guidance. And that also applies to light beings of the highest vibration. It also applies to your guides, your guardians, and all of those beautiful souls that are here, not in the background, but walking with you to encourage and help you through this process, and to help you reach and unlock your potential, to help you reach and achieve your soul mission and your blueprint of what it is and why you came to Earth in this timeline at this time. And maybe you've added, as you're unconsciously and you're sleeping and you're going into the etheric realms, you're adding little things to your journey, and you're adding little avenues to your blueprint, and they're now stepping forward to help you get to that next avenue and that next part of the journey, that next part of the experience, that next part of the unlocking and remembering of who you are, and bringing that vibration and that light body codes and energetic tones and frequencies into your mortal reality, into your physical reality. So I thought tonight would be a really great way to start, helping explore that with you guys. So that is why I chose tonight's meditation to be on deep relaxation, getting into that space and rest and release, but also starting to, if you so choose, open the door to notice how you notice and how you sense your inner and higher self, and the potential messages and guidance for your highest and greatest purpose, so that you can move forward and let the synchronicities, let that conversation, whether, some of us, one thing that can happen is that we have these conversations with our cosmic inner and higher self, our light body, our inner self, and maybe we don't remember them as we meditate. But what that conversation happens, even though sometimes you don't always recall and retain all of the guidance, it becomes familiar, so that when you're moving through your waking state and you notice something, or something feels like, hey, I've seen this before, I heard this before, there is that connection, and that connection builds to the next connection, where you have that awe of inspiration, that awe of moment of understanding, or that idea of creation, or that idea of, hey, you know what, I'm going to call this person, I'm going to go this way, I'm going to do this today, or, I'm going to sit back and get into a space of reflection. It's like you kind of knew it already. So that conversation is opening up the door for those synchronicities to be seen, to be heard, to be noticed, to be sensed, to be understood, to be acknowledged, so that they don't pass by. And sometimes that can be how subtle that conversation can happen while in your meditative or your self-hypnosis space or your trance space. So one of the questions I often get is, oh, I don't recall all the details. That's okay. Your subconscious mind does recall those details, so that when that information and that synchronicity that is going to be a part of the guidance for your greatest and highest good is coming forward, you're going to be a little more open to recognizing it, to noticing it, to sensing it, to maybe pondering it and seeing where it sits in you and how you feel about it, and perhaps acting on it or choosing not to act on it, because free will is a beautiful thing. But the opportunity is there. And so that's why I truly feel and believe that it's super important to continue to connect with your inner self, and for, self-growth and development. We are all beings of ever-changing flow. We are constantly shifting. We're constantly unwinding. We're constantly peeling back different layers, different avenues of ourselves, different pieces of ourselves, different parts of ourselves that help us get to that next step on our journey. And as we get into this space of self-growth and development, we elevate, we unlock, we learn. And that, again, when you connect with your inner self and you really open up the conversation to accessing your inner senses on understanding that, hey, I'm being guided right now, or hey, my inner self, that voice that I normally hear, that is me communicating and positively coaching myself, is now asking me to sit and kind of stay with that for a minute. Or, having that ability to connect with your guides and channel those light beings also gives them the opportunity to help you. So as we get into this space, as you start to acknowledge your place and what that feels like for you, what the presence of your inner self feels like, you begin to open up that relationship. You begin to open up that conversation, which in turn can begin to pave a path of opportunity for self-growth and development. And we're always growing, we're always shifting. We're always expanding. We're always recalling and remembering a different piece of us that brings more of our puzzle together as we move forward. Sometimes this is fast. Sometimes it is slow. Sometimes there's many different alterations and different layers and versions that have to be touched upon that we need to dive into. And sometimes it's not all roses and sunshine. Sometimes it's things that we didn't want to see. So, like, for instance, one of the things that I really noticed in this past several weeks is that those deep-rooted emotions that are buried so deep that a lot of us consciously don't think about them or acknowledge them because we've buried them so deep within us are really starting to surface. And so that's connection and hearing and sensing and being in a more open communication with your inner higher self allows us to sit with those emotions that are coming up and perhaps do the regression work, do the self-coaching work, do the mindset reset, do the energy releases, whichever your chosen path of unwinding and unlocking is, and having a route or something to go, okay, I need to look at this. I need to sit with this. What is this telling me? This emotion that's coming up, is this something that I'm feeling now, or is this something that has been, deeply rooted within me? And with all of these planetary shifts and a lot of things going on all around us, a lot of those things are starting to really become potent. And I don't know about you guys, but they're rough. It's great to get through it and be on the other side, but the process of moving through it can be easy and it can be a little bit rough. And that's all just part of, the journey moving forward. But either way, you will get to the other side. And I thought this might help. Add a tool into your toolbox that you can dive into on your, and continue to dive into if you choose, to help you get there, to help you move through the next layer of your deep-rooted layers that are no longer helping you unlock your potential or helping you achieve your soul mission or helping you find your path of inspiration or creativity or just self, the path of self. Because really that's what we're doing, is as a collective, we are awakening the path of self, which puts us into more balance and more harmony as the collective. So that is tonight's show. That is tonight's meditation. And we're just going to have some fun. So I'm going to get over the housekeeping stuff because that's just, a lot of fun, and we'll move through that quite quickly. So those of you who are interested and are maybe experiencing this next little shift where you've got some emotions coming up in my Tuesday night group class, which you can sign up for on my webpage, blendedconnections.com, we are going to be working on following those emotions in connection with the support of your guides and your light beings and your angels and your guardians and your inner and higher cosmic self to unlock those emotions, to release them. So we'll be doing some regression work there. So if that interests you, send me a message. And then there will be upcoming classes and workshops on how to do self-hypnosis, how to get into that space of deep somnambulism, that trance space where your conscious mind is stepping aside and you have full access to your subconscious mind and your soul wisdom, where you can begin to create space to do your journeys, to begin unlocking more layers, to shift the story, unlearn, edit moments in time that are still sitting with you, preventing you from stepping into your full potential and the full version of yourself and living and breathing, or just maybe for fun, learning how to do your own past life regression and learning how to get into that space where you can step into a past life and observe it and see how it's connected to you, or step into the multiverse in multiple time or different timelines and, bring back positive parts that'll help you move into your highest version and the best version of yourself. So those are coming up and over February. And then Thursday, we will see you Thursday as well, because we're going to do a follow-up show around this. So Thursday's show is going to be in conjunction with tonight's meditation. Thursday night, we're going to talk about how to ask yourself questions in trance, how to set those intentions to help you get to that next phase once you connect, or, how to start peeling back those layers. So that'll be Thursday night, this Thursday, February 2nd, I think. I don't have my calendar, but yeah, the Thursday. So look for that on YouTube. So if you guys are ready and if you're willing, let's get to the funner part of the day. Let's get into some meditation. But first off, let's go ahead and hit, if you can and you want and you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit the smash and like button for me. I do appreciate your time and energy for being here. I do appreciate you spending that time here because I really love doing these shows and I really love sharing the content and the tools and tricks that I've used for my own journey and continue to explore and find. So when you guys are ready, when you're willing, I'm going to ask you to please go ahead and find that spot, guys. That's right. Finding that spot to sit down and to lay or sit or just get a little comfortable. And for those of you who tend to be cold sleepers, you may want to get a blanket because as you go into this deeper space of rest, this deeper place of connection, your body temperature can lower a little bit. For those of you that are hot sleepers, you may notice you may fluctuate back and forth, or you may get really hot. So just have that, you can kick that blanket off anytime. If you have one on you right now, just know that any and all movements or adjustments that you make from this point forward to the end of the journey that help you get more comfortable physically, mentally, emotionally, and energetically will take you into a deeper space, can be a part of your journey, a part of your process. That's right. So as we close our eyes down, as we take a moment to adjust our neck, our head, our shoulders, our hands, our elbows, our knees, our back, so you just take time to sink into the surface supporting you, the surface beneath you, setting that little intention and a positive suggestion into your inner self, into the conscious, subconscious mind that each and every time you adjust your position to get even more comfortable, that this can be a part of your process, taking you deeper down, deeper into that place of rest, that flow of calm, that space of ease and comfort. In fact, all and every time you adjust your position from now to the end of the journey, when you're ready and you're willing, allowing that to be a part of your process, taking you deeper and further into rest, into peace, into ease and comfort. And as you get more comfortable with every moment that passes, as you become more comfortable than the moment before, when you're ready now, please go ahead and close your eyes down. And let those tiny muscles around your eyes become pleasantly and wonderfully soft and light, loose and supple. That's right. As your breath will find its natural pace and rhythm, just take a moment to shift your focus to those tiny little muscles in and around your eyes, including your eyelids, and allowing them to become pleasantly and wonderfully soft, loose, light, as your eyes close down a little bit more. And as those muscles become more and more pleasantly soft and wonderfully loose and supple, as they become comfortably at ease, as you let your eyes rest, this will automatically help that flow of comfort begin to ease and travel from the top of your head to the palms of your hands with the fingers and thumbs, all the way down through your hips, your thighs, your knees, your lower legs, all the way down through your ankles and your heels, down, 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 down to the soles of your feet. With each and every breath that you breathe, you're still focusing on those tiny muscles in your eyelids. Those tiny little muscles in and around your eyes become pleasantly soft, wonderfully loose, comfortably heavy, and gently at ease. With each and every breath in, as you drift a little bit further than the moment before into that flow and that feeling of rest and release. And when your eyes feel comfortably resting, and those tiny muscles around your eyes feel more soft and loose than the moment before, let your conscious mind wander for a moment. Allow your conscious mind to wander to the space around you. Allow yourself to notice how you notice the space in and around you, taking note of any and all noises in the space you have chosen to meditate in. And as the noises in the space that you've chosen to meditate in become comfortable and calming, natural and normal, and perhaps beginning to fade a little bit more into the background, as if they too have become a part of your process. A process of allowing yourself to drift into a deeper space of rest, a deeper flow of calm. Beginning to sense and feel a deeper and deeper feeling of comfort. Drifting a little bit further down than the moment before as you let your conscious mind wander to the space outside of the place that you are meditating in. And take a moment to notice the sounds outside of the space that you are in. Taking notice of any and all sounds as traffic passes you by, people move about their evening, perhaps dogs barking, sirens fading off into the background, cats meowing. The sound of your family members moving about, cell phones ringing, conversation, footsteps, doors opening and closing. Just take a moment to notice any and all sounds around, including the sound of my voice, the snap of my finger, any music that you're playing in the background. And note, and when you're ready, setting this intention forward, that each and every sound, whether new or old, mentioned, unmentioned, now or later, inside or outside of the space that you are journeying within, will no longer disturb nor distract you from this wonderful feeling of calm and ease and comfort and rest and release that you're about to continue to deepen and expand and strengthen and stretch. In fact, all of those sounds now can become a part of your process, a part of the flow of helping you drift deep, deep down into a deeper space of calm, a deeper place of peace, into a deeper flow of rest and letting go as you naturally and automatically begin to release. Releasing and allowing yourself to let go of any and all forms of tension or stress that you may sense in your physical or mental body. That's right. Giving yourself permission to begin to melt away, dissolve, release, let go any and all forms of stress or tension that you may sense or feel yourself holding in your physical or mental body. And as we set this intention, in a moment, I'm going to mention many different muscle groups. And as I mention all of these muscle groups, I'm going to ask you to please go ahead and focus on those muscle groups. And allowing your breath to become soft and comfortable, allowing your breath to be gentle and flowing as your breath becomes a part of the path, taking you from the outside world in around you to that inner space of peace and rest and comfort and release within you. So when you're ready now and when you're willing, let's go ahead and focus on those facial muscles. And as you exhale, imagine releasing and letting go of any form of stress or tension you may sense yourself holding within your facial muscles. That's right. That's right, releasing any and all forms of tension or stress that you may sense in your facial muscles. And now you've released your facial muscles, and now focusing on those tiny little muscles around your eyes, releasing any and all sense of tension or tightness that you may sense or feel within and around those tiny muscles in and around your eyes. That's it. Let it go. With every breath out, release, let go, bit by bit, and more. And now that you've released the tension or stress from within and around your eyes and those tiny little muscles, move your focus to the muscles within your neck. That's right. As you breathe out, imagine that any and all sense of tension or tightness throughout your neck muscles is dissolving, melting, shifting, releasing, and letting go breath by breath and beyond. Let your neck feel as though it is soft and at ease. Let your neck muscles gently and comfortably release any last traces of tension or tightness. That's it. And now when you're ready, please go ahead and move your focus to your shoulders. Let your shoulders drop down. And as you breathe out, imagine any and all sense of tension and tightness throughout your shoulders just melting away, dissolving, drifting, releasing. That's right. And now you've released the muscles within and around your shoulders, and now your arms. Your upper arms, down past your elbows to your lower arms. Releasing, letting go any sense of tension or tightness. Now your hands, your fingers, and your thumbs. That's right. Your hands, your fingers, and your thumbs. Breathing out, dissolving, melting away, releasing and letting go any and all forms of tension or tightness that you may sense in your upper arms, your lower arms, your hands, your fingers, and your thumbs. And now that you've released any and all forms of tension, tightness in your upper, lower arms, your hands, your fingers, and your thumbs, move your focus to your chest muscles. That's right. Allow your chest muscles to release any and all forms of tension or tightness with every exhale. And now, letting go bit by bit, more and more with every breath you breathe, let your focus drift to your stomach. As you release any and all forms of tension, stress, or tightness that you may sense or feel yourself holding within your stomach, let your stomach rest now. That's right. And bring your attention all the way down to your hips. Let your hips relax. Let them rest. As you breathe out, releasing and letting go of any sense of tension or tightness that you may feel or sense within your hips with every breath out. Now moving to your upper legs. That's right. Breathing out, releasing, letting go, dissolving, melting away any sense of tension or tightness that you may sense or feel within your upper legs, all the way down to your knees. That's right. Letting go of any form of tension or tightness that you may sense or feel within your knees as you drift a little bit further into that flow of comfort, that space of rest, that flow of release. And let your focus move now down to your lower legs, releasing any and all sense of tension or tightness that you may feel or sense within your lower legs, dissolving, releasing as you breathe out. Let it go. A little bit more, bit by bit. That's right. Every breath becoming calming, centering, grounding, connecting. As you focus on releasing the last traces of tension or tightness that you may sense or feel yourself holding within your lower legs. And now down through your heels and your ankles, all the way through the soles of your feet. Allowing yourself to sense the release of any form of tension or tightness that you may feel yourself holding in your ankles and your heels, all the way down past the soles of your feet. Letting go, releasing as you breathe out. Well done. And now to continue to create that flow of rest, that space of peace, that feeling of calm. We're going to go through all of that one more time. And every time I mention these muscle groups, I want you to imagine and focus now that as you breathe in, you're breathing into calm. You're breathing into that feeling of rest, into each and every muscle group. And as your attention moves to each and every muscle group, you'll feel yourself drifting into a deeper space of rest, a deeper flow of calm, a deeper place of ease. As you continue to let go when you're ready and allow yourself to release. So now moving your focus back to those facial muscles as you breathe in that feeling of rest. Let your facial muscles rest now. And as your facial muscles rest, that flow of calm, that feeling of peace will continue to gently and softly and more fast and quickly increase. Now you've rested your facial muscles, and now rest those tiny muscles in and around your eyes. Let your eyes close softly down. And you're resting those tiny little muscles in and around your eyes. Let that flow of calm move all the way down into your neck muscles now, allowing your neck muscles to rest into ease. As that flow of calm and peace continues to increase into every muscle, every nerve, every fiber, every cellular part of your being. And now that you've rested comfortably within your neck muscles, letting yourself drift down now into your shoulders. Let your shoulders drift down. Just let them go. Let that flow of rest increase to all those muscles in and around your shoulders. And now you've rested your shoulders into calm and peace. And now your upper arms and your elbows and your lower arms resting, softening, calming all the way down through the palms of your hands into your fingers and your thumbs. And now you've calmed and rested your upper arms, your elbows, your lower arms, all the way through into the palms of your hands, your fingers, and your thumbs. That's it. And now allow your focus to move to those muscles in and around your chest, allowing them to rest now. As you drift a little bit deeper into the calmness, deeper down into the comfort of peace. Every breath grounding, connecting, calming. Every breath beginning to expand and strengthen and stretch into a deeper sense of connection and peace. And now that you've rested your chest muscles, let yourself focus on your stomach, letting your stomach rest now. And now you've rested your stomach. Bring that same feeling of rest, calmness, and peace all the way down, 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 down into your hips. And as you bring that feeling of rest into your hips, feel your hips soften into comfort. Feel your hips ease into calmness. Feel your whole body, every muscle, every nerve, every fiber drifting into a deeper space of ease and peace, comfort and calm. As you move your attention to your upper legs now, bringing that same feeling of rest into your upper legs. And now that your upper legs are resting comfortably all the way down through your knees, let your knees go soft and at ease. Let the bend in your knees be soft and resting as you bring that feeling of rest now all the way down to your lower legs. That's right. Allowing your lower legs to rest now, to rest comfortably, to rest wonderfully, to rest and be calm. To rest and to be at ease with each and every breath you breathe as you drift into a little more calm, a deeper place of peace than you were the moment before. And when you're ready now, bring that feeling of rest all the way down through your ankles and to your heels and all the way through the soles of your feet. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 5 down to 1. And as I count from 5 down to 1, when I get all the way down to 1, I want you to take a deep breath, filling your lungs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that deep breath now and fill your lungs up with that beautiful air, and exhale slowly. And as you exhale slowly, let your shoulders drop. Let that flow of rest move from the top of your head all the way down to the soles of your feet. That's right. As you exhale, imagine your exhale increasing, expanding, and deepening that feeling of rest, that feeling of calm, that feeling of release. That's it. And again, I'm going to count from 5 down to 1. And at 1, I'm going to ask you to take that deep breath again, filling your lungs up with beautiful fresh air. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe deep. And at the top of your exhale, let it out slowly, softly. Imagine that exhale bringing that feeling of calm from the top of your crown all the way through the palms of your hands, the fingers and the thumbs, all the way down through your shoulders, your chest, your stomach, your hips, your upper legs, your knees, your calves, through your heels and your ankles, and all the way through to the soles of your feet, resting comfortably and wonderfully. And one more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking that deep breath in, and at the top of that deep breath, imagine that energy and that flow of rest rippling down like waves into you from the top of your head all the way down, slowly releasing all the way down to the tops of your shoulders, your chest muscles, your stomach, your hips, your upper legs, your knees, your lower legs, all the way through to the soles of your feet, into every muscle, into every nerve, into every fiber, every part of you. That flow of rest rippling down like waves, calming, comforting, easing, and increasing that connection into calmness and into that flow into peace, more and more with every breath you take. And now I'm going to ask you to imagine certain things, but it doesn't matter if you can't imagine all the things that I'm asking you to. Because with every breath you breathe, when you're ready and willing, you can go a little bit deeper than the moment before. You can go a little bit further into that feeling of comfort, that calm and connection, that peace and flow. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to imagine, to sense and feel your breath like a path. A path that is guiding you from the outside space around you to that inner space of sanctuary, that home base. And I want you to imagine your home base like a beautiful summer day, your favorite kind of day in your favorite place in nature. And as you imagine your favorite place in nature and your favorite kind of day, when you're ready, imagine your breath guiding you into that inner landscape of home base, into that beautiful and wonderful place. With every step along your path, perhaps allowing yourself to go a little bit deeper than you were before. Feeling that flow of calmness a little bit more strongly and intensely with each and every breath you take as you move along your path into that home base, into that sacred, beautiful space of connection, of calmness, deepening and expanding that flow of peace as you let go bit by bit and release. And I'm going to count from 10 down to 1. And when I get all the way down to 1, you'll be in home base. You'll be in your favorite place in nature. You'll be in that special place of comfort and calm, of connection, feeling grounded and aligned, feeling the balance of energy flow through you, harmonizing, softly and gently calming, and drifting into a deeper sense of peace. And with every step along your path, if you choose, giving all your inner senses more and more permission to open up, to connect and to create a connection into your inner self more clear than ever before. So let's go ahead and move along your path. Let your breath be your guide, taking you deeper than you are right now, deeper than you were the moment before. 10. Letting go bit by bit as you move closer and closer to your sacred space, into that inner core of home base. That beautiful summer day awaiting you in your favorite place in nature. 9, 8, 7. With every step along your path, letting yourself go a little bit deeper into the flow of connection, into the flow of calmness and peace. 6, 5, 4. Letting go a little bit more. Perhaps letting yourself drift deeper than you were before. Deeper into the calm, into a space of rest, into an openness of connection. With every step allowing, if you choose, to let all your inner senses to open up more widely and clearly as you move into a place of opening that connection with your inner self peacefully and calmly. 4, 3, 2, letting go as you drift and get closer and closer now with every breath, more and more and deeper into sanctuary, into that beautiful, cozy space of calmness, of rest, of peace, into that safe, beautiful place in nature, into that beautiful summer day, that perfect day, your favorite kind of day, the perfect temperature, the perfect place to rest, to be. 3, 2, 1. And find yourself now stepping into home base, stepping into that beautiful place of rest, that beautiful place where you are grounded and connected, where you are aligned and harmonizing with all your inner senses, opening widely and clearly. So as you move into this space, you're going to notice a beautiful hammock. I'm going to take a moment to pause in that hammock. Take a moment to pause in that hammock strung up between two strong, beautiful trees. Their trunks thick and sturdy, and that hammock perfectly placed to give you the most beautiful view of your special place. Not too high, not too low, but the perfect height to rest in, to feel cozy and comfortable and secure as you gaze upon your home base and this inner landscape of your beautiful space. So as you find yourself moving into this hammock, let yourself rest. Let yourself observe this landscape within and notice how you notice this. Notice how you sense your inner space. Perhaps beginning to notice if you see it, you feel it, you hear it. Perhaps you're just aware of it through your sixth sense, or perhaps you smell it or taste it. Just allow yourself to notice how your senses are opening and how you sense and notice this spectacular and beautiful place, how you notice the texture and the warmth of the day, or the space around you, the coolness of the trees above you, the softness of the hammock supporting you. Perhaps noticing how you sense and feel above this space, this sacred place of connection, calmness, and grounding. Perhaps noticing that in your favorite place there's a gentle summer breeze, its warmth, calming, peaceful, and helping you drift a little bit deeper into that calmness, a little deeper down into that peace of connection, feeling more and more grounded, more and more aligned and open than ever before. Allowing your inner senses to open. And as that summer breeze begins to sway and rock that hammock, in a moment, allowing that hammock to rock and sway back and forth, calmly and peacefully, and more calmly with every breath you breathe. And as the hammock goes back and forth, as it rocks back and forth gently and softly, comfortably and peacefully, when you're ready and when you're willing, inviting your inner self to come forward now and notice how you notice this. And as you invite your inner self, the presence of your inner self to come forward, know that the presence of your inner self comes forward for your greatest and highest good. And you may sense your inner self, the presence of your inner self in a variety of ways. You may feel it, you may see it, you may smell it, you may be aware of it through your sense of taste, sense of sight, or your sixth sense. But just take a moment to be, to notice, to sense, to see how you sense the presence of your inner self now coming forward in your home base, in this sacred place of connection for your greatest and highest purpose, to bring connection and guidance that is most needed in this lifetime at this present time for you, to help you unlock your potential and move forward. So as you invite the presence of your inner self to come forward, take a moment to be in that observation, that witness, that sense space, allowing your inner senses to open and to guide you into your awareness of the presence of your inner self. Noticing how you notice this, how you sense this. You may see it, you may feel it. Your inner self may come forward as a light or as an image that is significant to you, as a softness, as a feeling, as a knowing. But just notice how you notice the presence of your inner self coming forward to bring guidance for your greatest and highest purpose that is most needed in this lifetime at this present time. And as you give your inner senses permission to be open, to notice how you sense and notice the presence of your inner self coming forward. When you feel or sense or recognize the presence of your inner self and it's coming forward for your greatest and highest purpose, take a moment to communicate with the presence of your inner self. Perhaps taking a moment to ask your inner self how you should address it so that you may continue to ask for guidance for your greatest and highest good. Notice how you notice the information and the exchange of communication, how your inner self communicates to you. Is it through sense of sight? Are you hearing? Are you seeing? Are you knowing? Are you feeling? Perhaps an odor will come forward that represents the connection and the communication with your inner and higher self, with the presence of your inner self. Something that allows you to begin to communicate with your inner self clearly and easily, to receive guidance for your greatest and highest purpose. And if you so choose, you can ask for guidance that will be for your greatest and highest purpose from your inner self. Taking a moment to sit, to be with your inner self, with the presence of your inner self in your sanctuary, in your home base. And I'm going to go quiet for a moment while the connection with your inner self continues to grow, expand, and become more and more clear. And if you so choose, giving yourself permission to stay in clear communication with your inner self, knowing that you're divinely protected in all directions, in all dimensions, in all timelines, forwards and backwards. And the part of you that is your inner self has come forward for your greatest and highest purpose. And you'll continue to come forward with guidance that is most needed for your greatest and highest purpose as you move forward on the journey. So taking a moment to gather and gain any last positive guidance from your inner self that may help you move forward and unlock your potential day after day and beyond. And knowing if you choose, you can continue this conversation with your inner self for your greatest and highest purpose at any time. Allowing yourself to notice how you notice the presence of your inner self. And knowing that you can tap into that feeling and that understanding of and sense whenever you choose and want to connect with your inner self from this point forward and beyond. And taking a deep breath. And when you're ready and when you're willing, thanking the presence of your inner self for coming forward and continuing to open this conversation for your highest and greatest purpose. And thanking your senses for opening up and allowing you and helping you to become more clear with your connection to the presence of your inner self and how you can communicate with the presence of your inner self and the energy within you. And as we take this moment of gratitude, take a moment to be of gratitude for yourself for taking and embarking on this journey, opening and creating the path of communication and connection with the presence of your inner self from this day forward, and if you choose, and beyond. And taking a deep breath and find yourself in that hammock, resting completely and bringing that feeling of peace, connection, feeling grounded, sturdy, and strong, feeling safe and cozy and in complete and total comfort. And bringing that feeling now, that comfort and calm, all the way back to the surface, back into the waking space, back into your physical body, noticing the top of your head, the bend in your arms and knees, coming all the way back, knowing that each and every day and every way, if you choose, you can continue that journey in connection with your inner self more and more. And that journey will continue to expand and the communication will become more clear each and every day and every time you connect with your inner self. And take a moment to breathe, taking a deep breath in and let it out slowly. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. At 5, you'll be fully present, fully alert, feeling refreshed, calm, and peaceful. And at 5, knowing that connection to your inner self, if you choose, can expand and grow and become more and more clear. And connecting with your inner senses will continue to also expand and grow if you choose and become more and more clear day after day and beyond. 1, feel that flow of peace still moving through every muscle, every nerve, every fiber, and every part of you. 2, feel the connection into your inner self expanding, glowing, growing, and becoming more clear. And feel the ease and confidence of connecting and communicating through your inner senses with your inner self to create, to build, and to unlock your potential more and more easy each and every time. And 3, beginning to move your fingers and your thumbs, beginning to stretch and feel the space around you, the surface beneath you. Feeling wonderfully grounded and connected, aligned, and knowing that you're divinely protected in all directions and all timelines, forwards and backwards, in all universes, realms. And 4, your eyes are crystal clear, your energy is clear, your body is clear, you're clear and grounded. Feeling wonderfully refreshed and nourished, peaceful and calm, centered. And 5, fully emerge, fully aware, fully alert. Take a deep breath and open your eyes, bringing all the connection to your inner self forward if you choose, being able to recall and retain your inner senses and the opening of your inner senses and how you notice that you notice them, how you sense them, how you worked with them, and knowing that you'll continue to expand and strengthen them day after day from this point forward and onward. All right, everybody. And when you're ready, opening your eyes, taking a deep breath, and thanking your inner self for coming forward, thanking your cosmic inner and higher self for guiding you and the guides that came forward to be a part of the journey, and your home base for always being a safe and wonderful place to connect, to journey, and to be. So that is tonight's meditation. And I just want to say thank you so much for coming in and being a part of this. Thank you for being there. And like I said, Thursday, you guys are so welcome. I have fun doing this. I have to watch the time. I'm not going to lie, because I always get going and I'm like, woo! And I'm so glad that you guys love the new intro. It's pretty, I had a lot of fun making that. Apparently, yeah, I'm teaching self-taught. So, and it's fun. So Thursday. Oh yeah. See you tomorrow night, Diane. Yeah. Tuesday night group class. We're starting the process of aggression through the emotion. And that is going to carry over to February. But yeah, Thursday night, we're going to talk about how to kind of start asking those questions while you're in that inner space, while you're in your subconscious mind, while you're connecting with the different pieces and parts of you, or, asking for that guidance and starting to get into that comfort zone of asking questions, and then stepping back into stillness and noticing how you receive that guidance. And allowing yourself to create that space, because I know we get there and you may be surprised when you're communicating with your subconscious mind how much easier it is to start asking questions when you're there. I'm going to give you some tools and techniques that I used when I began my self-healing journey and doing a lot of work myself, being both the therapist and the client at the same time, and how I was able to do that, but how I got going with that so that I could get better at it, because this is a practice thing. It is practicing and putting yourself in that space. Even it's asking yourself one question, and then the next day asking another question and building on that, but also being open to knowing that you can do that. You can ask questions in there and you can hear them and you can achieve getting that communication clearly. So that'll be Thursday. So I will see you guys all Thursday night. Thank you for your time. Like I said, if you like this meditation, or if you have a topic that you want me to touch on, guys, send me messages, leave me a comment in the comments so that I can build that meditation for Meditation Mondays sooner than later. And that way we can focus on a topic that you may want to touch in on. I'm really happy to do that. I have a lot of fun building these sessions, and I do it in private one-on-one session. So why wouldn't I do it here? But give me a topic, guys, and we'll go from there. So guys, bring your questions for Thursday on how to connect, how to communicate, how to ask questions in meditation, in trance, while you're doing self-hypnosis, so that I can answer them, because there's lots out there. All right, Nightstone. See you guys. Thank you for being here. You guys are amazing. And have a great night, guys. Happy Monday. Woo, woo.